Hey, Klaus here with another e-commerce coffee break. Today I have a special. I have Carlos Colante from Riderback USA with me today, and he went through my coaching program. They are a startup and quite successful with the program. Hi, Carlos. How are you doing today?
Hey, Klaus, thank you so much for inviting me on your show. Looking forward to sharing our experience.
No, absolutely. It's a pleasure to have you here. So give me a bit of a background of your brand, your product, and where you're coming from, just to get an idea what you do.
Yeah, sure, of course. So our company is called Riderbag. Our website is riderbagusa.com. And this all began in about 2017, I would say. So my partner, which is the person that created the backpack, who designed the backpack, he rides a motorcycle every day. He's an entrepreneur, has a small motorcycle shop. And one day when he was riding back home, he was at a stop sign and a car. It was like a kind of like an SUV, a truck, elevated. So he didn't see the driver didn't see him, so it hit him from behind and knocked him off his motorcycle. So luckily they were going at very low speeds. He was worried. He was like, why didn't this guy see me? That was his question, right? So he's thinking he respects all of the motorcycle laws in Chile, the country that he's from. So he was wearing his motorcycle gear. He was wearing some high vis on his back. But then he realized that he carries his laptop bag, a backpack. Okay. And this bag was covering his high visibility part of his jacket. So, well, he went home and he started doing some research, looking up for bags that had some high visibilities that were designed for motorcycle riders or commuters. And he's, from what he was looking for, he didn't find anything that would keep someone visible during the day and during the night, right? Because you need some type of reflective material to be seen at night. And as he's an entrepreneur for his whole life, and he started thinking and saying that he couldn't find anything that satisfied his needs, so he obviously started drawing and contacting manufacturers and designing this backpack.
Cool, I like this. I mean, this is basically the perfect story of how a product comes to life. Of course, it's like first-hand experience solving a problem and bringing it to the market, which I think is amazing, or much better than just looking out and trying to find a product to sell. So there's really a story behind it. It solves a problem out there, which a lot of other people have. I think that's a good basis to create a business. And then obviously that he already came with a entrepreneurial experience or mindset did help a lot. So when did you start basically selling, or where did you start selling the product?
Well, after some trial and error, we finally got to the final product. This was about November in 2019. And our first launch or first try was to sell through Amazon. So we uploaded everything to Amazon. We kind of missed the holiday season because we basically started December 15th, somewhere around there. And it takes some time to be able to show your product on Amazon. After that, we went ahead and we began our trying to do our branding, right? Get our brand known. So we launched our website. Originally, it was a WordPress website. So we had some experiences there. And about mid 2020 is when we actually said, WordPress, the issues with updating WordPress, updating the apps that you have for WordPress, it was getting complicated, and it was just taking too much time. So we learned about Shopify and said, let's just make the change. Let's change it over to Shopify.
Okay. So, and what were the struggles? I mean, obviously Amazon has a huge potential, and there's advantages. I always say that somebody who's coming to Amazon, they already have a buyer's intent. They go to Amazon because they want to buy something. How did you promote the product within Amazon only, or did you drive already traffic to Amazon?
So when we started on Amazon, well, we're basically some newbies, right? So one thing is to optimize your listing, right, with all of the search terms that you believe will that people with the intent of purchasing are going to use, right? That's one side of it, the organic part, and then we have the whole other creating the advertisements. So the struggle was there at first, at identifying, putting in, getting your money's worth of ads, right? So that it was cost efficient. So that took a while, actually. It takes some time because Amazon also ranks your product versus others per the sales or for how long you've been on and things like that. So it took some months of trial and error. But it's basically what you kind of do with any advertising, right? Is just you start really with a wide funnel, and then you start removing negative keywords, start removing just you start removing negative keywords, you start removing certain ads that are not cost effective in the end.
No, totally. No, Amazon is obviously not the cheapest channel out there, and
Right.
You never get the full data, so you don't get the customer details. You can't do email.
Yeah, that's something else that's definitely on our mind. And something we've learned as entrepreneurs is that you always want to build your business thinking of selling it, even if you don't sell it within a certain time frame. You want to set it up in a way that you're thinking about the future, that sale, and your brand is more valuable being in having the pie distributed, right? So you want to be on Amazon, you want to have your own Shopify store so that you could have the clients. You want to be on different other platforms, thinking in the long term of the sale.
No, 100%. So where do you see the biggest advantages of running your business on Shopify?
On Shopify is just the ease. It's very simple to edit, even if you're not a great designer. There's a lot of information. It's very easy to use. The apps like automatically kind of update as time goes by, which is really great. There's a lot of great companies designing special apps. So that's definitely one of the big advantages is the ease of use and the information, great client support. I'm surprised. I'm really happy that we found Shopify.
Yeah. Now we worked for a while together. So what was the biggest struggles or learning curve while you were starting with Shopify?
So there's so one of the reasons that we looked for a coach in the first place, and we were lucky to find you, Klaus, was that we needed to optimize, our website, right? Because just some of the things, some of the basics of what apps to use, how to create funnels, enticing people to actually purchase our product, showing that we're a trustworthy brand. There's just so many other steps besides just putting together a website and putting it online. There's a lot of things, and we really wanted to accelerate and avoid as many obstacles as we could, and that is why I always recommend a coach. They have the experience, like yourself, have been successful, and you already know what we should look like, instead of us having to run into so many problems and require so much time. We're doing this right now. I'm doing this as what you call a side hustle, right? So I needed to learn as fast as possible, so definitely coach is going to help you. It's going to save you money. It's going to make you money. It's going to save you problems.
Yeah. You said in regards of challenges, you said you're regularly selling out of stock. Is that right?
Yeah. Right now, well, that's a good thing, right? It's a good problem to have. And because of COVID, all the manufacturers are kind of backed up. What we used to have a 2-month turnaround on stock, and now it's up to 3 months. And we've sold out so fast this time that we've had to actually ask for some emergency units by plane. So, and the cost has gone up too. The cost of freight has gone up. Well, so that's been it's a challenge, but it's a good challenge to have. I'm thankful of actually one of the apps that you recommended for us to install. It's a app that it's called PreOrder Now. So that app has really helped us kind of connect the timing between running out of stock and getting stock back in, because it allows the pre-order of products, and people seem to trust us enough to actually use it.
Yeah, I mean, that's proven for a couple of my clients who were sort of in the same situation as you are. A good solution on sort of, I always say it's sort of a Kickstarter thing. You start collecting the money, right, and communicate very well with your customer. Now people are happy to pay or to reserve the product and wait once it is back in store if they really want to have it, and if you keep them updated when it is coming. So definitely a good app. Always recommend it. I've used it plenty of times in my own store.
So, yeah, definitely a lifesaver. But for example, that's one of the things that thanks to having the coaching, having you as a coach, that is that kind of saved us in a way, right? So
yeah, sometimes it's a small thing. Sometimes it's just a small tip which makes you huge money.
Exactly, yeah.
So, and obviously you have gone into Klaviyo, into email marketing automation, and you're looking now into other marketing channels. So going forward, where do you see the biggest opportunity in regards in generating traffic for your store?
Well, we're still trying to generate higher amounts of traffic using advertising through Google, through Facebook. We're still kind of learning that. It's pretty expensive to jump on with an agency, and picking an agency is also difficult, right? That actually knows. There's a lot of agencies that say they know, but there are very few that that you can trust. So we're still in that phase of analyzing. We're having some meetings with some agencies to try and outsource that part. But I want to learn as an entrepreneur. You always want to learn, at least so that you could select the company in a better way. The more informed you are, the better you're going to select. So I'm also learning some more. Things change so fast, it's really hard to keep up.
No, absolutely. But what you said is quite right. And that's my experience from being an entrepreneur for 20 years, especially when you start new business, new projects. In the beginning, you need to do everything yourself. Just to get the idea and the understanding, and then outsource as quick as possible and find someone who's better than you. And but as you said, it's difficult to find an agency. Now, once you have done it yourself for a short while, and the basics basically, or a little bit further than that, you can talk to them on eye level, which I think is very important. Right. I see a lot of people who jump too early onto the agency train, and then they pay their, I don't know, $2,500, $3,000 per month as a retainer, and then a percentage of whatever their ad spend is. So it becomes really expensive quickly. And the agency tells them everything, but because they don't understand the lingo, they don't understand the systems or whatsoever, they just say, yeah, go for it. And then they're surprised if there is no results and they cannot. So really, you need to have the initial understanding to talk to them. And I think then also agencies take you a little bit more serious. That's my experience, because right, they know that they can't tell you all kind of bullshit, to be honest. So
yeah, exactly. They can BS you very easily, so, if you don't understand what you're doing.
Yeah. So no, obviously, you said it's a side hustle, and probably at some point you want to make this your full-time job. Is that right?
Yeah, definitely. We're working hard for that. Our first product it has been successful. There is demand for it. It's been a growing demand. So at that part, we're comfortable there. But as a brand, we want to continue, coming up with new products and growing our customers and getting our brand out there.
Sure. Any plans of, we talked about agencies, but any plans of outsourcing, like customer service or other things that you at some point free up some of your time to focus on business development, product development?
Right. Well, my partner handles everything that's product development. We have meetings and go over them, and I'll give my opinion about that. Customer service, we're not at that really volume, the traffic volume that justifies having a person. Like I can still do that.
Okay.
Maybe it's 4 or 5 emails a week. Luckily, we've had a really good. Our product is really good. We have very low return rates, very low complaints. Actually, most of our reviews are 5 stars. So we're doing something right. So that's good. But yeah, as we do grow, we will definitely be looking to outsource anything that's needed, because as we learn in the coaching class, you have to work on your business and not in your business, right?
That's 100% right. And I think you have an amazing product there. So I really like the product. Otherwise, I wouldn't have worked with you, to be honest. So there's a huge market there. So I think your future is golden there. Lots of opportunities in that regards. So no, absolutely. Great journey so far from what you have done. And what I really liked is that you really put in the work. You moved through the training quickly and intensively, and I think that shows. And this is definitely the right approach to build a business and going forward. So congratulations.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you very much. It is an intense course, especially if you're, if this is your side hustle. I work from 8 to 5 every day, and I would wake up earlier or stay later at night just to go through the courses. I had to go through it a little fast because I didn't have as much time as someone that's already working on their business 100% of the time. But I enjoyed it. It's a really good class. It's very well organized. I recommend it 100%. Klaus is a great coach, and you will see immediate changes for sure.
Thanks so much. So riderbagusa.com is your store. So for everyone who's out there and is riding a motorcycle or anything where you want to be visible with your backpack, and obviously it's not only motorcycling, can be other things as well. Head over to a website, have a look there. I would recommend it. I will probably get my own bag very soon. You spoke about that earlier.
Yeah.
Thanks so much, Carlos, for your time. I really appreciate that. And all the best for your business.
You're very welcome, and thank you so much. I'll keep in touch with you always. As we grow, I'm sure we're gonna bump into some more issues that we will require your help with. But thank you so much for the invitation, and I wish you the best of luck.
Thanks so much.